holding the Lions like they are. They have a really, to me, they have a really good offense, and I think that their offense is clicking at the right time. And they can put up points, they can put up yards.
Yes.
They execute very well, and so they're like a well-oiled machine. And then you look at the Niners' offense to compare. They have more talent, they have better talent, but sometimes they don't execute properly. So, like, what are we doing? Where's some of these key matchups? Their defense versus our offensive guys, their offensive guys versus our defensive guys. Who you got for us? Who are some key guys you want us to look into?
I would say, like, there's different ways we could look at this. We could say, what's the best advantage for the 49ers? What's the best blue chip talent, whatever. My favorite matchup this game is Diamador Lenoir versus St. Brown. Like,
Yeah, slot.
and we're going to see it all over the field because we'll see it whenever they're just, outside corner. We're going to see it when they're wearing a nickel package and they're going to be in the slot against each other. They are mirror images of each other in the fact that, look, neither one of them is overly like huge physically, but man, they are both amongst the top as far as physicality for their position. I mean, Demo's the hyena and Amon-Ra's the damn sun god. Like, this is a dog fight, and I'm super excited. They played against each other in the Pac-12, USC and Oregon, so they've got some history together. That's going to be a fun watch because Demo doesn't have to go out there and like shut them down or anything like that. The only way that the Lions can win is if Amon-Ra Brown goes off. And so, like, Demo just got to hold his own weight there. So that's my favorite matchup on that side of the ball. And yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown should win that matchup. But Demo's playing out of his mind. You could argue he was the best defensive player not named Drake Greenlaw last week. He was all over the place. He had a 3 or 4 play stretch where he was out there killing folks.
Killing.
I freaking love him.
Love the matchup. And you got 2 heavyweight dogs too, right? Like, and I know they're lightweights, right? They're skinny and small. I'm talking heavyweight as far as what they bring and their impact to their team. I feel like Demo is super locked in, and he's going to have a tall task. I'm going to keep it a buck. Amon-Ra St. Brown is their best offensive player. Let's just keep it what it is. It is what it is. That's who it is. He's been dealing with some nagging injuries all season, but he still found a way to be productive. He's an all-pro this year. Let that simmer saute. This dude in Jared Goff, that's his guy. But what what Steve Wilkes has been doing all season long is he's been finding a way to force the team going to their best guy. Okay? And so I like this. I like it. I think, and it's not going to be a lot of man-to-man matchups, but in the slot, that's what you want. But if they do put them outside, I feel like there's only one thing I worry about. There's only one route that I worry about. Oh my gosh. That's the only route I worry about. This is why I want Jair Brown to play. This is why I want Tashawn Gibson back there deep. I need that safety over the top to be there in that type of a situation because I think that's what they're watching on film. And if I'm a offensive coordinator, I'm going to attack the weakness of the 49ers defense, which is defending those slot fades. We've seen Mooney Ward get beat on those. We've seen Diamador Lenoir get beat on those. God knows Ambry Thomas has gotten beat on those. So you get what I'm saying? Like, that is the route. Other than that, if the front do their job, this shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be an issue.
I agree. And I'll say this, one of the things that going through the tape and the numbers, I was kind of shocked to find out Jared Goff has only had 3 deep passes combined the last 3 games. And all 3 of those games mattered. They were playing for seeding, the wild card round, divisional round. 3 deep passes. I think he's only completed 1.
One of them. Mm-hmm.
Now, throughout the season, they were going deep consistently, but that they've kind of checked out of that.
They kind of checked into their damn check down, and that
it's efficiency. That's what they want to do. They want to be efficient. I mean, it's a 49ers playbook. It really is. Inside zone, outside zone. Get your playmakers in your position, stud tight end, and like you've got your Gibbs running back. That's like the future CMC, whatever. At least that's what they think he is.
Bro,
like,
you're talking.
They're just taking the same damn playbook and they're trying to create that. So now here's what's different. The 49ers defense is designed to force teams to do exactly what the Lions want to do. And this is why I always get so amped up for the Seahawks matchup since they've, shifted to Geno Smith. Was like, look, man, you're wanting to check the ball down. That's great. You've got all the playmakers in the world. Good job, Seattle. We want you to check the ball down. That's what we want you to do as well. So what's the Napoleonic War Code? Never do what the opposing team wants you to do.
Facts.
What's going to happen here? Like we've got to see it. And so I don't know. What's the Greek, whatever, what happens when a unmovable object meets an object that refuses to stop,
to move? Yeah.
What's going to happen here?
Well, look, love that matchup. I want to talk about a matchup that I feel like can give the 49ers problems. So, not going into your game plan yet, but who are you putting on Sam LaPorta? Now, don't you can miss me with his injuries. I watched an injured tight end score a touchdown last week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Didn't even know he was playing in that game. He was listed limited in practice, which lets me know he's playing in this game. He might win Offensive Rookie of the Year this year. He's probably been one of the most consistent offensive weapons for the Detroit Lions, and he gives me Travis Kelce vibes. So, John, hit me with it.
Yeah, I think Gibson's probably your best. I would like that. Just favor to a side. We're going to be in zone predominantly, but I want Fred Warner going to LaPorta's side every single time. And I prefer Gibson favoring that side as well whenever we're in our split safeties or whatever else, just the consistency. And I think that Jair Brown would be the better matchup, but with that comes a higher degree of variance where he has misses. He has lapses in judgment. And if it's Logan Ryan, then God help us. But I want consistency in stopping the explosive. LaPorta is going to get his. He's the number 2 option in this offense. He's incredible. And so that's going to happen. I just don't want the giant explosives. That's what the 49ers have to take away. And Wilk said exactly what you did in his press conference. He's like, I understand the injury, but the film doesn't show that. In and out of his breaks, he's fine. He might limp a little bit, but it doesn't show up on tape. So LaPorta's huge. LaPorta's huge.
Interesting. So you got the safety. You know what makes them dangerous to me? Because they're so carbon copy-esque of the San Francisco 49ers. They're executing good now. Yeah. But what makes them dangerous is, we want Fred to cover Sam LaPorta. We want Dre Greenlaw because we feel like they're just 2 of the best coverage men in the NFL, right?
They are.
Guess what they have? 2 running backs out there. And we have to remember, that is where Jared Goff will feast if we leave Montgomery or, Gibbs uncovered.
And that's Greenlaw's job. Greenlaw's predominantly assigned to the running backs, and Fred is assigned to the tight end / getting depth. We've been doing a lot of Tampa 2 looks, which I went through the efficiency ranks on Jared Goff. He's one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL against cover 2. We do run cover 2. We run a standard cover 2, 4 under 2 deep, sometimes a 5 under 2 deep, but also we run a Tampa 2 where Frank gets vertical and it's like an inverted cover 3.
Right.
We don't do that a lot, but we do it. It's in our arsenal. I'm curious if Wilk's going to say, look, man, we're going to do a little bit more cover 2 this week. I would like that because it helped Ambry a lot as well.
It does help Ambry a lot because now he has the safety over the top to help him out a little bit more because you have Fred Warner back there covering deep. That's what the Tampa 2 is. So when you drop your linebacker further back, you're good to go. Only issue with that is, which, you know why you can do that in this game, John? You know why that's the key? Because you ain't got to worry about Jared Goff running up the middle. When you had to deal with those mobile quarterbacks, okay, that would see Tampa 2. The best quarterback that played against Tampa 2 when we went to a Tampa 2 look was Joe Burrow, because I was not expecting him to run the way he did. But when Fred Warner was deep back there as a coverage linebacker, as a coverage guy, man, it was like everybody was away. Joe Burrow had green pastures to run that ball up the middle and would get several yards. So I don't see Jared Goff doing something like that.
I didn't even think about this. This is the least mobile quarterback we have played all year.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Man. Hold on, John. I got praise break music. I'm sorry. Gotta worry about,
Get it, we go.
they ain't gotta worry about I'm telling you, John. Taking that out,
I didn't even think about that.
taking that ability away and gives our defense another edge. They all season. There hasn't been one game. There hasn't been one game. Yo, even the quarterbacks that they just felt like were immobile were mobile. There's no way you expected Joe Burrow to run. There's no way. He just doesn't do it. He did it in that game because of the coverage. Now, I would even aid and abet Jared Goff to do that. I want Jared Goff to do that. I want Jared Goff to do that, and I want the 49ers to hit him right and properly and legally and everything in their power to hit him before he slides. I want that. I did not say I want him injured. No. I said I want him to make that dumb decision.
You know, you talk about hitting Jared Goff. He's only been hit 3 times combined in the last 3 games. Nobody's gotten to this dude. I mean, he's quick. He's getting the ball out quick 3 times.
That's what the Niners have been faced with all season long, though.
Yeah, that's true. Now, having said that, and everybody's like, oh, well, the 49ers aren't getting pressure, and they're not getting a lot of pressure, but we did have 3 quarterback hits, which is low for the 49ers last week. So, you're talking about, okay, the 49ers haven't gotten a lot of pressure, but we did have 3 quarterback hits last week. That's more than he's been hitting the last 3 games combined. You got to hit this dude. You got to hit him. You look at his numbers under pressure, they're terrible. You look at his numbers on the road, they're not terrible, but they're worse. You look at his numbers on grass, they're not good.
They're not good.
It's just, come on, man. We know who Jared Goff is. We know who this guy is.
Yeah, and the Niners and this new regime of the Niners, they own him. I mean, the numbers say it, the stats say it. Different game. They beat them already. They have a different team, different look, different players, but so do the Niners. You could say that they've progressed, they've gotten better. So if you're going to say that the Lions got better, well, so did the San Francisco 49ers, and they already beat them.
Ooh, way better.
You get what I'm saying? Don't make mention, the Lions look different. They do. But so do the Niners, who's had a better overall defense for the majority of the season. They don't play one game where a lot of their players come out, defense gives a bunch of yards to the Rams. They end up falling out of the rankings of being one of the top, the top 3 defenses. The Lions creep up. They had to,
Listen to the last time we played the Lions. Listen to these players that were playing defensively for the 49ers. Marcel Harris, K'Wan Williams, Demetrius Flanagan-Fouts, Contavious Street, Dante Johnson, Jason Verrett, Jaquaski Tart,
none of them here.
Alshire.
None of them are here. I miss Aziz, though. I do.
Oh, yeah. Some of those are great guys. I'm not saying they're all bad, but I'm just saying we've kind of upgraded across the board.
And don't forget,
Drake Greenlaw didn't even play that game, by the way.
No. And don't forget, we were beating them 41 to
17 or something.
Until we took the players out. Remember? We took all of our starters out in that game, and they started a little comeback. Now, they had DeAndre Swift.
They got the onside kick.
Yes,
we had the fumble.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, then
when things could go wrong. Now we still beat them 41-33, I believe, in that game or something like that. We still beat them, but that was a weird game. Now, again, they have a different team. They got different running backs. They got different. They got a new tight end. Their offensive line is good. I will give them that. So
they're not saying team.
Yeah, hands down. That's why they're in the playoffs.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.